Welcome back, guys. This is Mustang 8.0, Sounds of the Youth, Reza and Atta right here, and we're with the one and only Ellie Goulding!
Yo, first of all, how are you, Ellie?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, we're also good. And what do you think about 2023 so far?
Oh, good question. I think it is slow. I feel like it's kind of a bit slow. You know, at the end of 2022, I was like, right, this is the year. And then it still haven't quite reached that feeling yet. But I feel like that's going to change in the summer. I feel like me and Calvin just released like a big summer record, and maybe it's going to like really create, like set the tone, you know?
It's a banger though. We're talking about your single, which is the second single, By the End of the Night, the song itself from your upcoming album Higher Than Heaven. So can you tell us a little bit about the song, the By the End of the Night?
It's kind of like a nod to like great 80s pop music. It's incredibly 80s. It couldn't get more 80s. But, you know, Cos is a fantastic producer. He just finished making Dua Lipa's album when he was making those tracks. And he was just clearly in that zone. And I don't know, it's just a really upbeat, like uplifting, like power ballad, but like a fast one, if that's even a thing. But, you know, it's just about like being in love and like infatuated and those, you know, that beautiful time where everything is great. And it's, you know, before all the bad stuff happens. Might not happen, but
okay. You said the track feels like back in the 80s, the late 80s. Is that true?
Yes.
What's the vibe that you're gonna bring? And what's the best thing about the 80s then? Why you put it into the single?
I think like, I don't know, if you kind of grew up when I grew up, which was kind of like an early 90s, you know, that my parents were definitely listening to like 80s songs still. And I think it was a time where like, you know, synths were being discovered, like new sounds, like innovation in music design. And so it was just a very exciting time for music. And I think people were coming out of the haze of the 70s. And it was just like the era of like great pop records. And all of those songs have been like sampled by producers and like in dance songs. And, you know, there's so much inspiration coming from songs from the 80s in today's music. And I think, I don't know, it's just a good place to go back to for like right now. Times.
I think the difference between us and you is you grew up listening to 80s and 90s songs. We grew up and we spent our teenage years listening to your song.
Yeah.
How about that?
That's true. I mean, I keep seeing tweets that are like, you know, Ellie Goulding was the sound of my like, you know, teens, or like she had me in a chokehold at college, or, you know, stuff like that. And I'm like, oh no, it makes me feel really old. Like,
no. Age is just a number.
Yeah.
I know.
As long as you're happy.
Yeah. Luckily, I know that I have fans who are like 12 and, you know, young fans, because I have to do like video messages for them. And, you know, so I do feel like luckily I'm in a place where I'm still making music that people enjoy, and I'm a very little person. So I could really be any age, to be honest.
Okay. Talking a bit about your upcoming album, it's Higher Than Heaven, right? Can you describe a little bit about that?
It's the best album you'll ever hear in your life. Just kidding. It's definitely not. It's definitely up there. No, it's an album of like my, you know, friends and family keep saying it's just full of bangers. It's like big pop tunes, and everyone knows I love to write pop songs, and I love the joy in like writing lyrics that you can sing along to, and love big choruses. But also, you know, I have an unusual voice, which is my instrument. So I use that fully. And, you know, it was all my influences on one album. And it's not as deep and personal as my last album. It's actually the complete opposite. And it was kind of a reaction to the end of lockdown and just being like feeling that freedom again and being able to dance and see friends. And yeah, so we were all on the same level. We just all wanted to make fun pop music.
And still about your upcoming album, we've also heard that there's so many fellow musicians that help you crafting this album. And can you tell us a bit about who helped you?
Who helped us make the album?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I worked with like the greatest producers in the world. I'm so lucky. I'm so lucky that these people want to work with me. You know, from like Cos to Greg Kirsten to, you know, I work a lot with Andrew Wells. And I mean, these guys are just like making like world class like pop. And yeah, so I really get to work with the best. And I think when we're in the room together, it reminds me why I do what I do, because they're just so clever. And, you know, when you hear songs on the radio, there have been 1,000 songs for every song that you hear that haven't made it to the radio. And so it takes a lot of work, and it's tough writing these like seamless pop songs. It takes a lot of experience and understanding of what people like to listen to and what they'll play all the way through, because people's attention spans are so small now. You know, that I blame TikTok for that. But you know, when you get it, you know, it's such a great feeling.
Yeah. A lot of people said that the 15 seconds that counts as the rest of your career.
Yes, exactly. But I like TikTok. I'm a big fan. Like, I go on it a lot. So yeah, I don't mind.
All right. So last question before we move on to some game questions. What's the plan for the rest of 2023? Are there any plans for you visiting Indonesia? Because we're all dying to watch you perform live.
Well, I figured that if I just start saying, yes, I'm coming next year, technically they have to make it happen. So I'm just going to go, yes, I'm coming next year.
Okay.
And then they'll just have to make it happen.
So, okay, well, just manifest that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hopefully something positive going to come out.
Exactly.
We always wait for you.
Yeah. Oh, bless you. That's why you're so sweet.
Yes.
Please wait for me.
Right now, the game, The More You Know with Ellie Goulding. We got some follow-up questions for you, and you'll have to answer them honestly.
Okay, fine.
Ready? Okay, let's go. First question is, the first thing I do in the morning is?
Oh, you know what? I wish it wasn't. Look at my phone. Ugh, that's bad.
Okay.
That's bad.
Number 2.
I cannot eat.
Blank, blank, blank.
Blank, blank, blank.
Things I can't eat?
Yes.
Tomatoes.
Oh, okay.
I'm just not a fan. Not a fan.
Okay. Okay, next question.
I used to love blank, 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 but now I don't have time to do it anymore.
Boxing. I used to box all the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I love boxing. And now the boxing gym is an hour away, and I just don't have bloody time.
Okay, number 5.
Number 5. My friends always told me that I am blank, blank, blank.
I am stubborn.
Oh.
But I don't think I am. I think that since I became a mom, that a lot of my traits have gone away, because you just literally become a new person. You become so much kinder and more patient and more like open-minded and lots of different things, you know. So I don't think I'm stubborn anymore.
Okay. Now it's time for some jokes. We got jokes for you.
Yes, please.
And you have to grade it. Is it funny or not? Yeah.
Okay. First from you?
Yeah, you.
Yeah. So, what do you call a funny mountain?
A funny mountain?
Yes.
I don't know.
A hilarious.
Oh,
hilarious.
Okay, 1.
Yes, pretty good.
What do you call someone who saw an iPhone got stolen?
I don't know.
An eyewitness.
Not sure about that one. Not sure about that one.
Okay. Last for me.
Yeah.
So, what do you call a tiny mother?
A tiny mother?
Yes.
Oh, that's me. Don't know.
A minimum. Minimum. Minimum, you know. Minimum.
Oh,
Minimum.
I don't
No,
know.
yeah, I know it's bad. Sorry.
I've got one joke. I only know one joke.
Let's
Okay,
go.
okay, let's go.
Let's go.
Okay, my one joke is, what do you call a donkey falling from space?
What?
Donkey falling from space. I don't know.
A meteor.
That's how you know. That's 10.
That's 10.
That's 10.
That's 10 out of 10.
And he has like maybe 2 out of 10 or maybe 3.
My score 1. His score is 2 out of 10, but you're 10 out of 10.
Yes, 10 out of 10.
Yay. Hi, it's Ellie Goulding, and you're listening to Mustang 88.0.
Mustang 88.0.
Sounds of the youth.